I practice tax litigation at Wilson & Partners. It's an affiliated law firm with PricewaterhouseCoopers. And I got there on a fairly long and winding road. I initially thought I'd going to be a writer. So right out of high school, bought a one-way ticket to London, hitchhiked for a year, realized I probably need some education. So then went to undergrad. And in undergrad, I thought, you know what, journalism would be fantastic. So I ended up running the student newspaper. And then there was somebody who was a photographer for the student newspaper who convinced me, hey, I'm in law school. It's fantastic. So wrote the LSAT, went to law school. So when I went to law school, I thought the Crown prosecutor would be the thing I wanted to do, put bad guys away like they do on TV. But then it came time to choosing an articling spot, and I instead chose going to a large firm to do commercial litigation. Did the full rotation and ended up meeting an outstanding tax lawyer who convinced me that he was running the tax department. Come join the tax group, learn tax, and you can do any tax litigation that comes in. So started to work with him and quickly realized I knew nothing about tax. So then I had to go and do a 2-year accounting course, then do a 2-year master's degree to get up to speed on the tax side. And then over time, I just ended up litigating more significant tax cases. The quality I bring is I like to win. I know that's not unique, but I think I can take winning, whatever that means in a particular circumstance for a client, I can take that very seriously without taking myself too seriously. And that makes it a little easier to navigate all the issues that come up as you're going through a trial process. I have had some outstanding mentors. The first major litigation I was involved in was a 6-week trial, and it was a construction lawyer, a senior lawyer with BLG in Calgary. It's Jeff Vallis. And working with him, that was the first time I'd gone through a major litigation file from beginning to end. And just to see how he could manage all the things that come up and deal with it professionally, very effectively, but not get too excited about it along the way, I thought was fantastic, and it was a great learning experience. My area is tax litigation, and on large files, things are relatively evenly matched, but on the smaller files, it's pretty tough for an individual to put together the whole package and go to court and win, especially if it's a smaller item. So earlier this year, a group of parents came to us, and their kids are all diagnosed with learning disabilities, and they go to a particular school, and there's a tax credit for that. You're clearly entitled to it, and for some reason, the Canada Revenue Agency was denying it. And it's not an awful lot of money to anyone individually, but to go to court and to fight it, it's tough. So we took that on, and I had an articling student, so he and I chose to take this on, and we looked at the list, the docket in Calgary, and there was 11 of them going to court. So we found the first one that was going to court. We represented him, we won in court, and we had to bring the principal from the school, we had to have a medical practitioner who was there as an expert, we had to have the parents as witnesses, so it's a bit of a big production. It's a one-day trial, but it's a lot to put together, especially if you don't know the court process. So we did that, then we won entirely, and the next 10 parents, we won entirely on those. We didn't have to go to court, the Crown actually dropped all those cases. So that was an outstanding example of how, through pro bono, we were able to help a wide range of students.